Boys and girls, this is the reality of day trading. What that reference saying goes, wake up and smell the roses, whatever that means. But I know roses smell pretty good. I have some roses in my front yard, so yeah, they smell really nice. But the reality of trading is that sometimes you just can't get a break. You keep losing over and over and over and over again. So let me switch to Robinhood. So as you can see, I am in a trade right now. ACET. I got I got into the trade at $1.11, 95 shares. At one point, I was down $27. To be honest, I was gonna take that loss, but I said, you know what, F it. You know, since nothing was going for me. I mean, and this is from yesterday. I didn't record this yesterday. Um, was today October? Okay, so today is October 8th. Yesterday, October 7th. On October 7th, 2025, ACT had a news. It ran on that news, right? It ran on the news, as you can see right here, $2.79. And I jumped in on the pullback. Well, pullback wasn't a pullback, it was a fake out. So I cost average on my account. I cost average it. Took some profit here at 730 shares, and that was the only profit that I took from all 3,000 something shares that I had. And I sold 2,000 shares at 84 cents for a pretty big loss. 160, I believe, dollar loss. In total was $240 loss, but what I did is I did not sell all of it. I left 322 shares behind, just like in the Robinhood account where I have 95 shares and I'm holding. Why am I holding? Well, I sold that yesterday in the post market, after market closed. I realized, I mean, I was gonna have to cut some shares anyways. I just was looking for an opportunity to cut them at a higher price than what they went to, which is 79 cents. And so unrealized loss, I have 55. I had 70 actually when I cut the $160 loss plus 70 to 20 plus my what should we call the Robinhood account, 27, about $247 and a loss. And right now, you're probably wondering, well, why didn't you cut all your losses? Well, as you can see, right now they are pushing back up, $26 on today's move that they pushed to 90 what 3 or 4 cents. So I'm hoping, but you never want to hope in the market. But again, you can't blame me for hoping that something will happen, that they will, because they had a pretty good news, you know. And as I'm looking at it for our chart here, if I can zoom out, so they've been at 44 cents at one point, and I'm trying to see further. Here they were at $1.54, and they were accumulating around this area. Weekly at one point there were dollar 22, and then went up to $3 and about $3.40, let's call it, and they sold off, bought back up, sold off, and I am kind of like they were here at 44 cents. Let's hope that they don't go back down to that point, but they got funded. They got funded. Not really funded, but they were around 70, 80 something cents, and they had what you call the public offering for 99 cents, and then they ran to $1.79. So I was, hoping to catch a bounce, but I did catch a bounce, but that bounce never was a bounce. It was just a sell off. Short sellers pretty much attacking it and, taking advantage of whoever was taking profits at the $1.79. So yeah, got screwed. Got screwed big time. It's not like big time. I mean, I $240 loss, about 60 or between what? No, actually, between 80 and $90 unrealized loss. Holding, hoping some kind of recovery, um, so I can, take out. And I mean, they were here accumulating at around 160, 160, 170. And that is where I am at 300 shares, where I did the math, and I was gonna get my money back pretty much, selling 300 shares at that price. So I placed it there. I want them to see where I am, even though I hate it to let them see where I am when I'm trading. But this is me like doing a psychiatric war with them, pretty much. Whoever is like who whatever algos. It wasn't a human. Trust me, it was a machine, algorithmic machine that shorted the company. It was just nonstop. You could tell that it was a short sellers. When you would see on this side, on green side, you would see maybe like a 20 contracts. You would call that a contract here, and it would move. It would start moving higher and higher, and all of a sudden, on this side, it would like pop up like a 400 contracts, and like, and every time they do it, like they try to push back up, like bounce back up, they wouldn't let them, and that it's a short seller when they will not let you, uh, the buyers win. They keep popping like big numbers. It's a short seller. So there was a few times where buyers took over those short sellers, like literally took them and shut up, right? But a split second they shut up, they went back down as well, like split second. You just see it. These candles, you just see them pop up, back down, right? So it was frustrating. It was frustrating day to trade. That's why I didn't record it. I was pissed. I wasn't, my emotional emotions were compromised that day. Even today, I was compromised at some level, but yesterday was terrible. And this is the reality of trading. If you are interested in trading or swing trading or even investing, but the the, the biggest question is, um, when it comes to day trading, is can you succeed in it? It's possible, but you have to have very strict strategy where it has to work more times than it doesn't. In my case, when I'm trading these, you call them penny stocks, I rely on a news. I I rarely trade something that doesn't have a news. I know it's a pump and dump. But when there's a legit news, of course, I trade it. Well, guess what? Even those feel like they're pump and dump. It's not their fault. It's not company's fault. It is the short sellers. That is the issue. That is the problem. You could be an investor, right? You could be, a company could actually start turning around and trying to like make a difference, trying to recover from whatever is going on, you know, in the back room or behind the scenes, and you invest in that company. Well, you might think like, oh, it's from this point on, it's smooth sailing. It's not. You'll always have haters of that company, and algorithmic machines who are designed to short sell, nothing but to short. And they're the ones who usually destroy the company, even though company is turning around, trying to do, good thing, the right thing, but the short selling machines will still destroy it. So I always say, even though I used to short sell and I still do, but I love to see short sellers get destroyed. It happened before. If you haven't, yeah, if you're not familiar with AMC and GME, look it up. Look at those stories. They got destroyed. All right. Now you might say, okay, AMC sucks, right? They were losing money anyways. They were in what you call the death. Same team, GME, which is the blockbuster. If you never heard of a blockbuster, uh, that's how old I am. Um, they also were losing. Uh, they were being replaced by modern ways of watching movies by streaming, right? So just because they were, you know, going bankrupt or whatever, right? It doesn't give you the right to short sell. Why? You might say, well, that's a dumb argument. Why would you not be able to short sell it? Well, hear me out. The investors, the let's say investors that hope or believe that those companies could turn around and make something, right? Because that's the whole freaking damn point going public. So you would have an investor believing in you that you can make something out of whatever your company is about, right? Now, when you have a short sellers who are borrowing shares to short it, which to me makes no damn sense why it's legal, it should be illegal, you are destroying the no other but the investor that believes in the company. You, the seller, you're the problem in the market. Now, whether it's you, the human, or you, the machine, it doesn't matter. It's the same damn thing, right? The concept of short selling is the problem because you're destroying not just the company but the investors. And if you argue, well, it's their fault, or what didn't they do diligence? Look, they did. They know the company's bad. I knew the company was bad. Okay, not like bad, but that he had troubles. He needed help, right? He needed to renovate. So why that's the whole thing of being public is to tell the people, hey, to give them reports, quarterly reports. Hey, this is what's going on in our company. This is how much debt we are in. As an investor, you look at it like, oh damn, that's a lot of debt. And then on the uh, on their uh, investors calls, they would talk about it, explaining how they are trying to get out of it, maybe expand, maybe add more features and this and that. That's the whole point why there's a lot of investors that you know go in to help the company. Okay, for company hopefully be in profit and give some money back in return to those investors. When you add a short seller in that equation, it is so much harder for the company to break out of whatever they're dealing with. First of all, you're robbing them of their funds that they're being given by their investors. Second, you're just being an evil person. You just because you're destroying. You have to understand that you're destroying not just the company. Okay, maybe you hate the company, like f that company because it hasn't figured out how to make money. F it. Let's short it. What about the investors? There's investors that probably invest like hundreds, if not millions of dollars, maybe their whole savings. You go in there, push the narrative that it's a bad company, this and that, let's short it, and then you get lots of people shorting it, and then you have big whales, institutions shorting it, algos shorting it, everybody wants to short it, everybody, all of the investors get destroyed, company gets destroyed. For what? Right? Now you can argue as much as you want about that's not how it really goes. We need the short sellers to expose bad companies. No, we don't. It's easy to expose a bad company. All right, we don't need no short sellers. This world can live just fine without short sellers. Short selling should be illegal. They should really take out the fact that you can short anything. No one should be able to short. Not the whales, not the algos, not the humans. No one, not the aliens, not the cats or dogs. No one should be able to short any company. If they're bad, it's gonna come out eventually. And then the investors who invested in it and they lost money without help of short sellers, that's fine. I don't mind that. It is okay. It is totally fine. Let it be. They made a bad investment. That's it. Story. End of story. Right? When you include a short seller, well, he just destroys you. And it destroys the potential of the company to renovate. I can't even say the word. To get out of the situation. They can get out of the situation because of short sellers. They can't use the funds because short sellers just keep shorting it. and taking the funds out of their companies and investors. So I strongly believe that short selling should be illegal, even though I short sell now and then, even though I do that. Why I do it? Because it is available. I can do it. But I hate it. I hate the concept of it. It just doesn't make any sense. Anyways, so that is for that. I lost. I was, uh, I realized there was a short sellers just being annoying. I hope they get freaking destroyed, just like the ones that got destroyed. I forgot the brokers who got destroyed under EMC and GME. GME is the biggest one that they got destroyed. Like I forget, like five. Is it five or six? Something like $1 billion. That's a lot of money, and they still haven't learned any lesson. Those same dumbasses that got destroyed on GME and AMC, those short sellers, they still today are shorting the market. Still today, those still same dumbasses, same retards shorting it. That makes no sense. That should be illegal. Period. Right. Anyways, so today I lost another $64. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like yesterday, I lost 160 some dollars. I had to take a loss plus 70 or 90 or something like that in unrealized loss. And then today on the options trading under SPY, ignore those. Those are not the ones. But the ones that I'm going to talk about, it's not going to show here where I actually got in and out. But I'll just explain it real quick. Let me just zoom in there. There we go. So, market open. I marked the 5-minute candle high, 5-minute candle low. I moved it here, but it was marked here like that. If it's gonna mark it, there you go, like that. And as soon as I saw this breakdown below candle, I jumped in into a 1-minute chart and waited for a breakdown and then retest. So breakdown, retest, twice, I got in. Soon as I got in, two contracts, boom, up, and I was in a loss. $64 and I'm out, right? I'm like, what the hell, man, right? Then I changed the charts to 50-minute and I realized that, hey, I should have freaking traded in a 15-minute chart, not 5-minute chart. But I start with the 5-minute chart. So I was like, all right, whatever, it's a loss. But then I noticed as they were pushing back up, like I just explained, as they were pushing back up, where I took a loss, they start pushing back up here, right? I switched to QQQs. I realized the QQQs were way above the 5-minute chart. And then I switched to 1 minute to see where I can enter. As you can see, I waited quite a few minutes, waited, and think I think I ended up here because of the second time breakout. So I ended up here, jumping in, two contracts, going long. The SPY was bought two put contracts, meaning shorting. They clearly was showing me signs they want to short. It didn't work out. QQQs showing me signs they want to go long. So I bought calls, two contracts. They went up. I'm like, okay, it's working. Then they started playing with my emotions again. Down, up, down, up. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. What is going on? Oh, do you want to break below? Do you want to stop me out? Come on, do something, right? So I can like move on, take another loss, and just stop trading for the day. Thankfully, they did not break below to get me out on a stop loss. They kept going. And I, I saw this. I was like, okay, should I cover some? Let's see what the next candle does. This happens, right? Shoots up really fast and then started pulling back. That's when I cut one contract out with like $40 in profit. And then this happened. I was like, okay, good, because I thought that they're gonna reverse, and I was like, you know what? At least take one contract out, take $40. If they go back down, I'm gonna be, in profit of $40 at least, right? And this started happening until like I was looking at it, and literally every time I saw a red candle, I was emotional. I was like, 2 days in a row, I'm losing. So I'm emotional, right? I'm yelling. I'm not screaming. I'm kind of angry and just like you hear me right now, this type of words, not like yelling like from the top of my lungs. No, just kind of like this, complaining. See a red candle, I start complaining. See a red candle, I still complain. Why? Because it's not fast enough. It's not moving fast enough. See a red candle, I start complaining again. I see a green one, I'm like, oh, I'm still complaining. Even though it's breaking, I'm still complaining because now I want to see this thing at 609, break 609. And it got right at almost 609, right below 609. I was like, come on, break it. Just break above 609. Because at breaking it above a little above 609, I would have gotten another 100 dollars in profit. It didn't happen. Started doing this. One red, two red candles, third red candle. As I'm watching to see what's gonna happen with the fourth red candle, as soon as this thing, I mean, fourth candle waited to see what's gonna happen, what kind of candle is gonna open. As soon as it opened, it was red. I knew it was time for me to get out. And as soon as I clicked the button to sell, this thing flushed and I did not exit out of the like order did not fill. The exit order did not fill. So I had to adjust real quick because this thing was fast. I don't like it. I don't like it when sells off like that fast. I mean, it doesn't look like it's fast, but trust me, when I was zoomed in, this thing was fast. This candle, where's that candle? I don't even see it here. Is it this one? Yeah. Well, it was bigger than this. I don't understand why it's showing me like this. That it's not that big. Trust me, this candle was big, and I had to adjust my order, exit order, and got out. It was like 60 something dollars. So made $100 total of those two contracts. Overall today, $34 in profit. Yeah, that is my day. And I did not. Well, I took another trade of 1,000 shares, and I made like a $2, and I was out. I as soon as like I saw it move to the upside, and it stopped, like moved and stopped, and I saw, as I explained about the short sellers on this side, I saw them above popping up, like gathering around right away, and I'm like, 1,000 shares, nah, not gonna happen, and I get out. I get out only like $2, made only two. I don't even know what ticker was. I forget. I deleted it right away. As soon as I saw those short sellers popping out, as soon as I got in, I'm like, nope, not today. No, you're not gonna get me today. F you. And I get out, and that's it. That's my day. That's the recap. I'm still like disappointed even today. I didn't want to make a uh, video today either because it just wasn't. I wasn't in the mood, to be honest. the way things were working out. I know I can recover. It's not a big loss. It's only like at this point, what, 800, no, 160, because I made that $64 that I lost today, and made the 34 on top of that. So that one is covered, but yesterday's one is not covered yet. So yeah, I can recover it. I know I can recover it. It's just it's gonna take me quite a while to recover it, because when I make a $50 a day, pretty much. When I get hit like that, it hurts. It hurts. So that's the reality of trading. I cannot sugarcoat it for you. That's the truth. If you thought that you were gonna watch somebody make turn $100 into, $1,000 and $1,000 into $100,000 and $100,000 into a million, it's a pipe dream. It's a pipe dream. Or I seen some of those videos. It's a pipe dream. It's a fake account. And even if it's not, if it's real account, there's some shady stuff that probably went through, behind the scenes. Like, I seen a guy who started with $100, claimed to make a million. Started with $100, right? Lost $37 on the first trade. The next day he shows that he has a close to $1,000, and I'm like, what? He turned 60 something, $63 into almost $1,000 the next day. That's not possible. So you can safely say that he funded his account to those, you know 800 or whatever dollars, and then the next day he shows that he doubled that or tripled it or something like that. I'm like, okay, maybe, right? And then the next day is like he's up like $15,000. I was like, there's no way. What the hell are you trading? Like, how are you getting that lucky? Like, day after day after day, off of like starting at pretty much at 60, what, $3, turns it into 800 something dollars, almost $1,000. He says, there's no way. There's no way. I mean, you can follow them, you can buy their courses. You're not gonna learn anything. The only thing you're gonna see, they're gonna show you all the time, is how they make these profits. They're outrageous, outrageous profits, turning thousand into 100,000, 100,000 to a million overnight. Like, literally turned $100 into a million, like 886 something thousand dollars. It took him a while, but it turned it into that. And I'm saying, like, dude, most of it is funded. Most of this got funded from somewhere. So there's no way. There's no freaking way. I've been around since 2008, and the stock market. I got lucky, but it was a long type of trade, penny stock, twice, and didn't make me that kind of money. It made me like, you know, few $1,000s, and that's it. I wish something would pop up, one of my penny stocks that I have thousands of shares of it. I wish it would pop up to the point where I would make a, few $100,000. It's not gonna happen. I know it's not gonna happen. So there's no point of me hoping that it's gonna happen. So turning a dollar into almost 100, a million in like less than, like, I believe it was said, like, in like 6 months or something, less than a year. It's not possible. It is not possible. You would be blowing up your account so many times. As I said, they were funding their account. They were trying. And I don't blame them trying, but they probably got funded so many times before they caught a lucky win. So yeah, uh, I'm just like trying to show people like this is the reality. I know how to trade. I have a scanner. I know how to scan stuff. I know how to look for stuff. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You can make some money, yes. On $100, I made like $20 at one point. Then the next day, like $8. You can make that money, but turning it in from 100 to 1,000 and with like a couple of days, it's not gonna happen. You can do it. You can get to $1,000. It's gonna take you a while. It's gonna take you weeks, if not months. And that is what I'm showing. That is what I'm trying to get the point across. Is I have a funding account, and yes, I got to the point where I had $122 in the where's the at one point I had 122 dollars, right? I started with $100, got to a point where I had $122. I made $22, right? And now I'm down to $96. And this is what's gonna happen. It's gonna keep happening. It's gonna go up and down, right? Until either I blow up the account or I get lucky. And that is what I'm trying to show here. The the thing is, whether I blow up account or I get lucky, that's the point. That's like all I need to do is get lucky maybe 2 to 3 times to get to $1,000. But before that, I'm gonna lose pretty much almost every time. That is what I'm showing. I'm losing almost every time. 2 times in a row I lost. This is the second time. And right now, as you can see, I mentioned at one point I was losing 20 what $7. Now it looks like I'm only losing $15. If I were to like get out right now, I can still get out. It's 6:25. I can trade till 7 o'clock, right before 7 o'clock, like 6:59 or something like that. I can get out and accept $15 loss, right? And that's gonna put me under, uh, yeah, right under 90. It's gonna be $99, right? Is it? Or is, how is it saying 96? It should be 99. Oh, it could be 96. Yeah, it is because I had 111. Yeah, 111 minus 15, 96. Yep, makes sense. Okay. So yeah, do I want to do that? No, not yet. As so I wanna hold on to it a few days, see what happens. I held it through $27. I can hold it a little longer just to see if they recover. If they recover to dollar, uh, 10, 11, 12 cents, and if I see them not being able to move higher, I'll just take even. I'll just break even, take it, and wait for the next day to you know trade. That's it. That is it for this video. Thanks for watching. Always stop by. You never know what I have still for you to watch. Until next time, peace.